Hey guys, Radio Garage back on the bench. We got a RCI 99N2, so this is a brand new radio. This one here is one of Ranger's new radios. This has the big amplifier built into it. Now on the box it's rated for, they say on the box it's a 200 watt radio. Now let me tell you, it's clean, not a 200 watt radio. Okay, I'll save the suspense, but it is actually a very nice radio. And I was under the assumption that this was a Galaxy 98 VHP with a fancy front and an amp switch and some different things. It's actually a totally different board. So it's the X9 board with the 98 VHP amp mated together, so they kind of did like a hybrid, and then with the X9 front and stuff. And then this is an amp switch, so it's got a built-in amp switch already. Down is off, up is on. And also another thing exciting here is we got the new LP500 meter station monitor, so thank you Telepost for that. Alright, so this thing is really cool. It's going to help with some things here on the bench, with showing some stuff on video and with testing. And I'll tell you what, I'm already loving the thing because I don't have to switch out slugs or anything like that. And also, it'll show you guys how close the bird is to it. I believe this actually had a little bit better percentage ratings as far as difference, like what you're allowed from your exact specifications, like tolerance, which I think bird is like 8% or something like that tolerance, and I think this is like 5%, could be wrong on that. So it's actually supposed to be a little bit more accurate. Okay, so let's check it out. What do we got going on here? We got AM. We'll start with some power checks here, and I'm going to do the amp off. Okay, and what I'm going to do is go over to, let me switch out this slug. I'm going to go to a 50 watt slug just so we can see some numbers here more accurately. I'll zoom in here. And if anybody's not familiar with how these work, okay, these meters here. So this here is going to be the power peak. This is SWR. This line here, this bar, is going to be average power in red. And then this is going to be your peak power bar right there. It'll hold it for like 5 seconds, and then that peak number is going to disappear. So just try to keep an eye on it if you do want to catch what it is. So I'm going to start with just showing you some carrier levels first. This is with the amp off. Amp off. Okay. So all the way down is 0. Because I have to do it that way because for the amp, when the amp is on. Okay, all the way up is 4.5, and if you look over at the bird's showing about 5, so pretty close. Okay, let's put some mic gain into it, or I should say turn up the mic gain, and then I'll talk into it here. We'll see what we got for peak. Let me put the peak kit on. Power is all the way up. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. Audio 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. So about 38 on here. And if you saw where it was jumping here, 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5. Audio 5 5 5 5 5. It does hit about the same area. So pretty accurate. And then what's really cool is, let me show you on the scope here what it looks like, and then I'll bring it back over to the station monitor there. But let me, I need my audio cable here. This video is going to be a little bit longer, but I want to just show you guys the meter features as I do the video. So let me unplug this, and I'm going to start with okay, so mic is in. There's our, oh, I'm sorry, that's not our signal, on the wrong channel here. Okay, so there's our signal. Let me put the audio into it. Right there. Okay, so now I would call those negatives about 100%. It's about as close as you're going to get them down to compress without pinching in the middle. Okay, and nice rounded tops. Come over to here, And now let's switch the mode on this. Beautiful waveform. 100% modulation right there. 100% modulation. And peaks are showing, negatives is showing 53. But now here's the trick. That's on a tone. That's on a tone. So it's, let me just show you something. Now watch what we get for numbers here when I whistle. Let me do a key first. I got to key it up so I can get the carrier. Okay. Now did you see that? 100% on negatives. Now the negatives are accurate with the whistle and the actual voice. But under a tone, the negatives are not accurate. Check it out again. So you saw 150 on modulation and 100 on negatives. And a phone call there. Okay, so that's really cool. Plus it shows the scope waveform. So let's go to, I'm going to switch the mode out of this back to our power. Okay. Now let's do some amp on testing here. Okay. Show you what your carrier is. Turn the mic gain down. Here's your carrier with the so all the way down you got 1.1 watts. So you should be able to run any kind of box behind this that you want or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to start rolling this variable up. Okay, and it's showing 49 is where it tops out. So that's good. Now we're going to do our audio. We'll check our peak levels here, which I have to switch this to a see, I'm just switching these around for this one to show you the comparison. After this I'm probably going to not, I'll just do the peak on this one. This I'm saving time, not switching slugs around. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. So about 200. It is getting about 200 on here. Let's see if it'll do that again. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. About 183. And you can see here is where it's going to bounce around on the bird. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. So this thing's a little bit tricky. I'm still, working the bugs out, but I'm getting about 180, 175, 185 out of it. Okay, clean. Let me show you the. Let me see here. Getting a little bit of noise in the signal. Where is my? Yes, that's why sometimes I have to add an extra ground cable on here. Okay. Okay, now let's put the signal into it from the audio generator. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, looking really nice. Look at that signal. That's with the amp on. Beautiful. Yep. It's just like it did with the amp off. So here's with the amp. I'll shut the amp off. Amp on. Very cool. Okay. So we will unplug that now. And I will take it back over to that other mode in here. Show you the AM modulation depth percentage. And you lose a little bit on your modulation, only 115% modulation. Then it comes down to with the higher carrier, and then we were still at 100% on the negatives. If you take notice again, negatives never go past 100. Well, right there was actually showing 100 and 100, so you're somewhere between 100 and 115% modulation with 100% negative. So you will not be pinching with this. Okay, let me get this all undone. That's the power. I'm going to get it on the receive. Oh, let me show you Yeah, one more thing here. Let me show you the two-tone test on sideband. This thing has great sideband transmit if you're looking to do sideband with this. Okay, start with the amp off. And mic gain's up, power's all the way up. Okay, steady that up. Look at that. That is pretty right there. Turn the amp on. Very nice. Obviously it's a little bit better with the amp off, but still super clean either way. And then I'll show you just what it's doing here for power with the sideband. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5. Oh, I'm sorry. That's with the amp off, about 37. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. About 182 on sideband with the peak, just like we thought with the AM. So let's get this done with the receive now. Enough of me screwing around with my new toy, my new meter, and we'll check out the spectrum analyzer and we'll check out the receive. Okay, so we're back. We're going to show it on the spectrum analyzer here. We'll do it both ways with the amp on and off. So right now amp is off. I'm going to leave my power up to it's only like 4.5 watts all the way up. So here's our 5 megahertz span. Let me make sure my gain's off. Yeah, I mean it's there's really oh, I'm sorry, I'm not an AM, that's why. Okay, there's our signal. Very clean, super clean. Let me show you with the amp on. I gotta turn my power back down. Okay, amp on. Still clean. Amp off. You see, it's just a variation in the signal. Overall dBm strength. We'll go to 15. Amp off. See a little bit starting right here. Put the amp on, that brings those up. Okay, we're still under 0, so they're about 40 dBm down. It's as good as I could get it, guys. You're talking about a MOSFET amplifier here. So let's see, we'll go to 30. Amp off, nothing there. Amp on. You know, you got a little bit there. We'll bring this up a little bit. So there's 60. There's only so much you could tune out of these. That's as good as I was able to get it, and I spent some time on it. So you just got this little second there, and then nothing for a third. So okay, gonna get the receive hooked up here. Okay, so here's the receive now. AM, we are on, yeah, we're on AM. I'll just show you where we're at. Negative 106, and there's our 12 dB right there. So not the best sensitivity for AM, but I think a lot of it has to do with the amplifier section and the fans and stuff like that that's going on in here. It just makes for a little bit more noise. But let's take it over to sideband. Okay, let's take it over to sideband and check it out. Now we do get a good healthy bump. Let me just see where this falls out at here. Not as good as the X9, but close. So getting about, yeah, about negative 117. It looks like it's going to stay at negative 117, and then right there, bounce between 11 and 12. Okay, so not bad at all. Alright, so that's going to be it for this one. Now, I do want to say one thing about the counter with these is actually a little bit different than the last video that I showed with the older Galaxy 2100. This one actually will show 204, like say if you're on 20 for example, and then once it warms up it actually goes up to 205. So give that chance to settle in, and it'll find its way to where it needs to be. Also too, I noticed if it's very cold, when I first turned it on, the counter actually will scroll for a second. It'll actually count, like you'll see it, like you'll say 21, 22, and then it'll actually go count right up to 27. I don't know if that's a feature with these or what, or if it was just that cold for the everything inside to work, but it did settle in fine, so just keep that in mind. Another thing, I did, just for the heck of it, turn when I was tuning these things, because like I said, they're listed as a 200 watt radio or more, so I did crank the modulation wide open, and it will do over 200 then solid. I was getting about 2 1/4 then with modulation wide open, so that's not the way to go, not the way to do it, but I do see that it is possible if you decide to make the radio into a splatter box, but we don't want to do that. Definitely sounding good and looking good on the equipment, and this one here is going to be coming your way, so appreciate it. This is really starting to get to the bottom of my list here as far as radios that I am needing to get out. So I got a few more mail-ins as far as used radios to service. I got a few service jobs I got to do. New radio sales though, what I'm going to do is, if somebody wants honestly guys, right now there's like no new radios available, so here's what I could get, and this is if anybody even stuck around at the end of the video here, but Galaxy DX86V I can get, and the President line of radios. Every other Galaxy radio right now is totally out, CB and 10 meter. X9s are out, they're out of stock. Any of the Galaxy DXs are totally out of stock. So I mean, I don't know, General HPs, General Lees, they're all out of stock. Connex totally out of stock. So that's all I have. If anybody wants a DX86V, I'll take an order. And if somebody wants a President radio, I'll take an order. But that's really all I could do right now. And then, like I said, I'm just going to work through these last few of service jobs I got to do for used ones. But I do actually, I had a couple guys contact me in the last couple of days that I'm not going to even get into that, but I know there's some guys itching out there for some big jobs, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to handle the next wave of mail-ins yet. But yeah, I'll open up the new radio sales as of now. If somebody, there's nothing really available, so I might as well just open it up to what's available. Like I said, Presidents and the one Galaxy is really it. There may be some like DX55Fs or something hanging around. That might be another one, but yeah, that's really it. Alright guys, appreciate it. Like I said before, I didn't think I was going to get another video out, but happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and hope everybody's doing well. Radio Garage, we're off the key.